All right, July 2025, self improvement update. Not all that much progress this month because basically I was just scrambling trying to figure out the job slash living situation. As you can see by the change of background, I figured out the living situation. The job stuff I have kind of figured out. But anyway, that's that. So it was a very hectic month. I got moved in here at the end of July, tail end of July. So yeah, anyway, so that being said, gym. I don't really go to the gym that much. It was just like in the beginning of the month. But then once the move got closer, I just was like, I need to focus on the move. So there's that. Uh, and on that note, this new place does not have a gym, so I'm thinking about getting into calisthenics. I just need to like research it more to see what actual exercises I need to do. Especially because like, I don't really understand like back exercises for calisthenics because I don't have a pull-up bar. But I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get to it. Anyway, that's gym stuff. Diet. Fasting at work is good when I stay hydrated. Yeah, that's pretty much been consistent. I've been doing a good job fasting at work. Um, there was one week that I had a lot of pizza due to the move because it was just like I need calories and I have some free pizza vouchers. So I was like, yo, I need food. I don't really have the energy to cook something right now. So I was just like, whatever, boom, pizza. So there's that. I think it'll be pretty easy to get back on track diet wise. This was like anomalous because I was moving. Sleep habits. So yeah, I was having trouble sleeping due to the stress from all like the apartment and job hunting, but that's been resolved and I've been sleeping a lot better now. But that's more August stuff rather than July because July I was not sleeping that well. Yeah, so I changed my sleep timer like a couple minutes ago to 10 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock because like 9 o'clock is when I'm in the middle of like starting to get ready for bed, and I think 10 o'clock is easier for me to say, okay, I've already gotten ready for bed, screen's off, and we're done. So that's why I changed that. That should help me reduce my screen time as well, and like stop looking at screens right before I go to bed, so I'm not if I'm trouble sleeping. Anyway, music wise, not that much progress on the heritage stuff. I'm still working on the songs where I'm missing like one riff. I've been focusing on that. Uh, I've got some ideas for how I'm going to record stuff, but like I can't really do that until I've finished writing the first two songs. Because yeah, the first two songs are both missing one riff. The third and fourth song are done musically, so yeah. And then well, five's pretty much done also actually. There's really six that's like half baked. Okay, cool. So actually, I don't have as much as I thought, but to work on, it's just like a lot of lyric stuff, which should not be a problem once I lock down lyric writing stuff. So relating to that, I need to get more consistent with lyric writing. So what I'm going to do about that is I'm going to start putting my notebook, my lyric writing notebook at work, just like somewhere visible on my desk. Because basically, with my job, whenever there's downtime, I can work on whatever I want to work on. It's kind of ramping up though, so that's why I've been very inconsistent. I've also been like using the downtime at work to look for apartments and look for jobs. So there's that. But with the apartment side settled down, I'm trying to squeeze in some of that lyric writing time into my downtime. That's all heritage stuff. For the new project, I don't know if I mentioned last time I think that was during July though. We figured out a name for the band. Finished reworking song one, and then song two we've started on, and it's uh, yeah, actually coming along pretty nicely. So there's that. Then we've got a whole bunch of ideas for a bunch of other songs, but we're trying to stick with finishing one song at a time. So there's that. A lot of progress with that. So that's been good. Guitar practice wise, I haven't really been practicing jazz all that much or leads outside of like technique stuff. I haven't practicing technique. Um, it's just like not the creative stuff, I guess. So like the alternate picking lead thing, I started that month at 152 and I got it up to 160 by the end of the month. That's kind of like Doesn't seem great to me, but I think what I've noticed is that my key takeaway from it was that when I started the metronome from like 92 and then slowly worked my way up to, I could get it to like 160, sometimes 168, but like that was inconsistent. Like I can consistently get it to 160 though. So I guess just like slowly warming it up, even if I'm warmed up already, like that's why I was skipping around because I'd warm up first and then I would try to go into it like kind of fast, like a 120 and then go up from there. But like even if I'm warmed up, if I start at 92 and then work my way up, I get there like way faster and way cleaner too. So I need to keep doing that. Um, yeah, I didn't really practice jazz that much again. So like I kind of was working on understanding the harmony for Lazy Bird, but like it's probably a little advanced for me, if I'm being honest with myself. I have like memorized. I think I've memorized it, but I don't know it. It's just not that intuitive because like keeps changing keys. But I also need to just practice it more. I kind of took like the last 2 weeks of the month off practicing jazz, so yeah, that hasn't been great for me learning the tune. So I've got to keep that in mind, I guess. So I already mentioned lyric writing stuff. I do need to get back on the creative lead stuff. Actually, that's not true. I did that at the end of the month once I moved. Might have been during the move even because I was still like cleaning up around here, but I just took a little break and I was practicing a Kurt Rosenwinkel lick, like actually practicing it across all the in different over different chords in different keys to like actually get it. And I think that did help. Like I was playing. Let me think. Because in the tune he plays it over excuse me, an F dominant 7. It starts on the flat 7, and I was able to transpose that into, I mean, basically any chord that has a minor 7, just start on the minor 7 and then go from there. And then I think I was doing it from the root. That was like a variation. I was doing it on the root on major 7 chords. Yeah, it sounded a little bit different, I think, but it was like close enough. I think that's what I was doing. Or maybe I was starting on the 11. Anyway, I was practicing. I don't remember at this point because I'm recording this way too late. But I was doing that. I need to like lock that lick in more because clearly I haven't practiced it recently. So there's that. Yeah. So not much else to add there. Music wise, self improvement wise, the only thing I have to add really that I made progress on was the Hero with a Thousand Faces. I started the month on chapter 2, section 5, and I don't have the book with me, so I don't know where I ended up, but I know that I've been reading it. So I got to the part, I'm towards the end of the part of Apotheosis. Don't know what chapter or section that is, but that's where I'm at with it. Yeah, so something I want to do is setting timers for 30 minutes for tasks. I just didn't do that the last month, so I actually, a couple minutes ago before I hit record, I set a timer or like an auto timer where I can just like one click and then boom, it's a 30-second timer. Just for tasks, and I labeled it task. So see if that'll help me just like lock in on specific tasks. So that's that. I'm gonna keep reading The Hero with a Thousand Faces, and then I do need to get back in the groove for meditation because I kind of dropped that the past 2 weeks just because it felt like there was way too much going on. So yeah, crazy month of July, but things have calmed down now, and yeah, I can finally get back into somewhat normal stuff while I'm trying to figure out the job side of everything. But yeah, that's all I got for this month. Hopefully August is we see a lot more progress. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next month.